This video right here is sponsored by Squarespace. It's finally time for you to build that website you've been wanting to build, and if you use the code SGR at squarespace.com/SGR, not only will you get yourself your free trial, but you get 10% off your first order, and you'll be helping the show too. More on this a little later on in the video. Hey there guys, thanks for coming over to the second channel and watching the two segments that were too hot for YouTube. Honestly, I don't know why they didn't like them. They gave me a very brief reason, but hey, is it just a word? I would have taken that out. I don't know, in all honesty. But yeah, these are the two segments of my latest upload that are too hot for YouTube. And here they are. If there's one thing that DJ Slug does not approve of, it's bullying. Online bullying, or to be more specific, cyberbullying. It's horrible. I'm sure you will all agree, and the campaign owner of this next particular Kickstarter campaign also agrees. Candice Owens. Take a look at this.
Hey guys, my name is Candice Owens and I am the founder of socialautopsy.com, the first ever search database that aggregates people's social behavior and creates real profiles for them. My team and I came together because we all grew up during this generation of the huge technology boom, and we understand the harm that social media like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter has allowed for, which is essentially a dehumanization.
In other words, the solution is to get the information of those cyberbullies and put them all into a big old search engine for you to browse at your heart's content. Oh, this is horrific. There's just so much wrong with this idea. Let's go through some of the specifics, shall we? Firstly, what actually consists of cyberbullying? The line is incredibly vague. If somebody lashes out at, well, anything that they don't agree with, is that cyberbullying? Obviously, you know, this example works both ways. What about false accusations? I'm guessing that adding someone that you want to bully onto a list full of bullies would actually be a pretty decent way to bully someone. And worst of all, surely a database full of online bullies will more than likely encourage even more bullies to go and bully those bullies. Like, for instance, what if some nutjob somewhere looked this up, found out someone on his street was the worst kind of internet bully, whatever that is, and then he acted on it, only to find out that it was all 100% false and this new victim didn't even know that they was listed in the first place. It might sound like a bit of a stretch, but honestly, I don't think it is. In fact, as I research all of this, it actually turns out that even though this campaign was suspended, it wasn't the end of the drama surrounding it. In fact, the rabbit hole goes quite deep with this one. You see, the idea behind the campaign was, just like most, you know, that of good intentions, because Candice experienced some pretty hardcore bullying herself when at school, when she received racist death threat voicemail messages on her phone. This story actually blew wide open when the mayor's son was found out to be one of the people involved with those voicemail messages. And this, as you would expect, led to quite a bit of turmoil for Candice. And the rest, well, there is quite a lot of baggage between these events and the Kickstarter, but you can see that those voicemails were easily the beginning of her path down to this eventual Kickstarter idea. This very, very bad Kickstarter idea.
How can we bring it back to the if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all, or the old school say it to my face mentality online? Our answer was simple: through accountability. So what we do is we attach their words to their places of employment, and anybody in the entire world can search for them. What we are doing is figuratively lifting the masks up so nobody can hide behind, Twitter handles or privatized profiles. It's all real and it's all researchable. You can still say whatever you want to say on social media, but you have to be willing to stand by your words. We are asking for your donations so that you guys can help us expand this database. What we want to do is clean up the internet so that we can make it a safer place for the individuals that are coming up in generations beneath us.
Again, like I said, the intentions are here, but I still think it's a really bad idea, and a lot of other people do too. This resulted in huge wars from each side of the argument, ironically creating a bully-like mentality around the whole thing. And even though the site did launch anyway as a way to collect information, the search feature was actually not implemented itself, and according to reports, it managed to build up between 12,000 to 20,000 bully names. These names did get leaked, and sadly in a few instances from what I've read online, the bullies found on this list, yep, they got bullied. Like I said guys, this whole thing does get a hell of a lot deeper if you actually want to research it yourself. It gets very political too, but in its Kickstarter nutshell, this is it. It was a terrible idea that thankfully Kickstarter actually suspended. Lads, we all want to get a little bit better with the ladies, am I right? You know, you see a lass that you like and everything from this point on matters. And hey, if she says no, then force it upon her. Whoa. Guys, please don't unsubscribe. I'm just taking advice from the almost kickstarted book Above the Game, a guide for getting awesome with women. Now, self-help guides on how to get relationships and all that jazz are very common. Normally they consist of what to wear, what conversational topics to bring up, little dating hacks to show that you're more wealthy or macho than you actually are. Basically teaching you how to become somebody that you're not. Which, although harmless, is completely the wrong way to look at this lifestyle if you ask me. And where I think it's all about confidence and being yourself, old Ken Holinsky here decided to give you all his advice over on Kickstarter back in 2013. Now this particular Kickstarter is actually a little bit different than everything else on the list, and I'll get to why exactly in a little bit. But first, here's a few snippets from the book taken from a preview of it over on Reddit.
All the greatest seducers in history could not keep their hands off of women. They aggressively escalated physically with every woman they were flirting with. They began touching them immediately, kept great body language and eye contact, and were shameless in their physicality. Even when a girl rejects your advances, she knows that you desire her. That's hot. It arouses her physically and psychologically. Decide that you're going to sit in a position where you can rub her leg and back. Physically pick her up and sit her on your lap. Don't ask for permission, be dominant. Force her to rebuff your advances. Pull out your cock and put her hand on it. Remember, she is letting you do this because you have established yourself as a leader. Don't ask for permission, grab her hand and put it right on your dick.
Ever thought you were so good with the ladies because maybe, you know, they're scared of you? I previously joked about those self-help books making you somebody that you're not, but anything is better than this. The outcry resulted in a petition being set up over on DoSomething.org, which actually was the reason the campaign did so well, would you believe? It turns out that even though a crazy amount of people, aka the vast majority of people, wanted this book to never be published, there was, however, another, albeit much smaller group that saw this whole thing as a positive and still backed it, getting it all the way up to $16,369 before it was successful. You see, Kickstarter themselves were actually sent all of this evidence quite late on in the campaign, and with mere hours to make their decision, they decided that they wouldn't suspend it, but they did eventually remove it after he received the money. The only real silver lining to all this, if you can honestly call it a silver lining, is the fact that the owner of the petition met with the campaign owner to discuss how his words could actually cause harm in the wrong hands, which he agreed with, and after Kickstarter put out an apology titled "We Were Wrong," deleted the project from the public eye and donated $35,000 to RAIN, a charitable organisation. Ken then also put out an apology saying that he had chosen his words very poorly and he would rewrite his book before releasing it. Which he did, and oh no, hell no, I have not purchased this book. Yes, that last one is evil, guys. Hey. DJ Slope here from Slope's Game Room, the creator of this here channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do hit the subscribe button and that notification bell if you want to be notified on everything that I upload. But yes, before we go ahead, I just want to give a big shout out to this video sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace? Yes, it's 2020, no doubt. Everybody's heard of the word Squarespace before. The awesome website building website, and well, they are still doing what they do in 2020, quite simply because they are easily one of the best. Take it from someone that has his own website. There's just so many building websites that claim to be the best, but the reason you continuously hear the word Squarespace so often is because they're pretty much the best at what they do. If you are someone like me, someone that hasn't got a lot of time on their hands, wanting to get out as much content as possible, but you know the importance of actually having a website, Squarespace, people, is for us. And thanks to me, if you go to squarespace.com/SGR, not only will you get yourself a free trial, you get yourself 10% off. Don't forget to use the code SGR. It's 2020, come on, pull your finger out. It's finally time to get to work on that project that you have been thinking about doing for the longest time. Today is the day to do it. Go to squarespace.com, get your free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/SGR and get 10% off the first purchase of a website or domain, and boom! You've just built yourself a new website and you've supported Slope's Game Room during the cold YouTuber month of January on YouTube. Seriously, this is a horrible month for YouTubers. So yeah, thank you so much to my sponsors, to the people that are watching, and to people that support the show, including the Patreons and YouTube members, with an extra big shout out going to Gary Pinkett, Mantis, Ryan Burford, Andrew Dalton, Ben Jackson, Jonathan Haywood, Kevin King, Christopher Turnbull, Phil Lowlins, Samuel Smith, The Geeky Dad, Rovan Army, Ryan Holtz, Retro to Next Gen, Hawk89, Dina, Robertson Dunn, Adam Lefty Taylor, Intrigued Gaming, Tim Labonte, Asobi Quang, DX, Tim Lunn, Pixels.Limited, aka Samuel Victor, Conrad Constantine, Pretendo64, Creamy Elephant, Casey Garner, Blitz Hedgie, King Link Reviews, Shadow Dragon, Burite, Jim Knapp, Shadow Dial, Game Apologist, Chris Applin, Wobbles and Bean, The Wonder Ducks, Ye Old Hamburger, Dan Petit, Lucas Softail, Ronnie Method, SSWB, Solex Captor, Jeremy Rodriguez, Nick Pollard, Bram Perez, Marcus King Emo Cut, Tyndall, Richard Carter, aka Fantastic Dizzy, Todd Paul Float G, and of course Petty Mew and Trans Rights. If you want to get your name shown, get your name shouted out, come and see what I'm working on and all of that usual stuff, there'll be links down below for you to become a Patreon or a YouTube member, whatever you prefer. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and yes, this is DJ Slope signing out, and hopefully I'll see you all next time.